What's up YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. So today I ran into some trippy stuff. Of course, a lot happened with the Titan, and I saw that the Simpsons allegedly predicted the Titan implosion years ago. Let's go ahead and look at it for yourself. Drop your opinion down in the comment section and make sure to subscribe as well to the channel. Let's go ahead and look at the clip now.
I'm filled with joy, searching for treasure with my long-lost son. My dream for each of you is that you find the happiness I feel today.
And my dream is to someday wear a real wetsuit instead of one that is just painted on.
Missed a spot. There we go.
These waters contain some of Mother Nature's most stunning creatures.
Haha, that's what you get for being luminous, jerks.
Homer, look! The treasure of Piso Mojado!
Hey guys, we found the treasure. When I get to shore, I'm bringing it right to the bar.
I'll see you soon, Homer. We got somebody else coming in.
This is WA3QIZ. Do you read me?
Seymour, isn't it about time you made a real friend?
Mother, please. I'm communicating with my fellow hams.
How do I talk? Push this button here. You're all losers!
Oh, which way did Mason go? That must be him over there. No! What do I do? Daddy! 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 Grab Daddy's keys! Grab Daddy's keys! I love that little guy. What the heck, Gipper? I drew this picture of you. Ah, it's beautiful. Homer, on your wedding day, I want you to have this. May not be much, but it's all I've got. That is so sweet. I gave you everything, and it still wasn't enough. Dad. What?
Dad, you've been in a coma for 3 days.
They had to feed you through a tube.
Oh, homie, I always believed you were gonna make it, no matter what that pushy casket salesman said.
Well, Homer, now that you're alive again, I'll leave you with your real family. Wait, can we have a moment in private?
Of course.
As I lay dying on the ocean floor, I remembered everything you've done for me. To hell with that stupid DNA test and its 99.99997% accuracy. You're my dad and I love you. I love you too, Homer. Oh. And now there's something I've got to tell you. I really am your father. Oh! But how? After seeing how happy you were with Horatio Homewrecker, I made a decision. I switched the names on the DNA samples. Then I put my name first on the list for a new heart. My old one's fine, but you never know. Only a true father would lead his son to believe he belonged to someone else. Oh, Dad. Oh. Now, why don't you stay for dinner? It would be my pleasure, son. Send up 2 hams. Hey, this one's cold.
A desperate race against time to save 5 people trapped somewhere beneath the ocean's surface. This is a tale of adventure and expedition, of technology at its peak, disrupted by failure. The frantic attempt to find the OceanGate submarine has parallels to the Titanic shipwreck it was searching for.
The location of the search is approximately 900 miles east of Cape Cod in a water depth of roughly 13,000 feet. It is a remote area and it is a challenge to conduct a search in that remote area.
The submersible vessel called the Titan was carrying 5 people when it entered the water on Sunday morning. It can dive up to 4,000 meters below the surface, and it usually takes just over 2 hours to reach the wreckage of the Titanic. But an hour and 45 minutes into the descent and at 10 a.m. local time, contact to the surface stopped.
Deep submersible diving is very dangerous, but it's high tech, and as each year goes by, the equipment gets better, the technology gets better, and so on. So I'm very hopeful and very positive.
The Titan sends a ping every 15 minutes to the Polar Prince. That's the research vessel floating high above. But for at least 7 hours, that didn't happen, and a distress call was sent to the US Coast Guard.
We understand from the operator of the vessel that the vessel was designed with a 96-hour sustainment capability if there was an emergency on board. And so we're using that time, making the best use of every moment of that time to locate the vessel.
Is safe and capable of handling depths.
Those on board are reported to include Stockton Rush, the founder of OceanGate, the private company that charges passengers $250,000 each to gaze at the wreckage of the Titanic.
This is not a tourist operation. We have a number of nautical archaeologists and deep-sea marine biologists, as well as our own crew, that will go. There are 5 individuals can go on each dive. 3 of those are what we call mission specialists. So those are the folks who help finance the mission, but they are also active participants. So why we're not a fan of the tourist term is because these are crew members.
The other passengers are the billionaire entrepreneur Hamish Harding, as well as Shahzada Dawood, who was on the vessel with his 19-year-old son, Suleiman. The final passenger is reportedly the French explorer Paul-Henri Nargeolet. This is a view from inside the vessel, as filmed in a BBC documentary.
Okay. I see the wreck on sonar, though.
Okay. How close are we to the Titanic?
Very close. 2 meters. Yep.
The 5 men, missing with no contact since Sunday, are believed to have until Thursday when their oxygen runs out after 96 hours. US and Canadian ships and planes form the search operation, as they drop sonar buoys that can monitor deep under the surface. But this is a tricky operation.
Submersible was in mid-dive when they lost communications, so if there was any sort of emergency, they would have probably just dropped their weights, and this buoyancy would have brought them back up to the surface. But of course, with no communications, then it's difficult to locate where they are. If it's on the bottom, the next challenge is how do you get them up? You're not going to be able to transfer them onto another vessel at depth. You're going to have to bring the whole submersible up and then take them off. Get some sort of robot vessel down there to attach something to them to help bring it up and then extract them.
Mr. Harding himself wrote before the mission that they had only managed to find a short gap in poor weather to launch their expedition, adding that due to the worst winter in Newfoundland in 40 years, this mission is likely to be the first and only manned mission to the Titanic this year. The wreckage of the Titanic, which sank in 1912 when it hit an iceberg, resulting in the death of more than 1,500 people, was first discovered in 1985, 370 miles off the coast of Canada. OceanGate expeditions say their entire focus is on the well-being of the crew, and every step possible is being taken to bring the 5 crew members back safely. They added that they pray for the safe return of the crew and passengers, and we will provide updates as they are.
This morning, an ROV, or remote operated vehicle, from the vessel Horizon Arctic discovered the tail cone of the Titan submersible approximately 1,600 feet from the bow of the Titanic on the seafloor. The ROV subsequently found additional debris. In consultation with experts from within the Unified Command, the debris is consistent with the catastrophic loss of the pressure chamber. I offer my deepest condolences to the families. I can only imagine what this has been like for them. And I hope that this discovery provides some solace during this difficult time. This is a incredibly unforgiving environment down there on the seafloor. And the debris is consistent with a catastrophic implosion of the vessel. And I know that there's also a lot of questions about how, why, and when did this happen. This is something that happened in a remote portion of the ocean with people from several different countries around the world. And so it is a complex case to work through, but I'm confident that those questions will begin to get answered.